focus, the latest on the Congress crisis. Sources are telling CNN News 18 that Ashok Gehlot has told Mallikarjuna Kharge in Jaipur that whatever happened was really unfortunate, referring to the rebellion that we saw and that midnight drama that played out. He's also gone on to say that he was unaware of what happened. The MLAs are not listening to him, is something that he had said before as well. Now we're understanding decision on the new Chief Minister only post 30th. At least 3 MLAs to be given show cause notice as well. My colleague and senior editor Pallavi, who's been tracking all these developments for us, now joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, the first part that I want to talk to you about is this conversation that has happened with Ashok Gehlot and Mallikarjuna Kharge. Gehlot has been maintaining that the rebellion wasn't orchestrated by him. What is he saying? That this was all done by the MLAs and he was completely caught off guard?
Yes, just to put it into perspective, it was a brief conversation which took place between Mallikarjuna Kharge and Ashok Gehlot, and it happened to be on the day when the two of them, that's Mr. Makar and Kharge, were leaving for Delhi. It's at that brief meeting where Ashok Gehlot said that, it was unfortunate whatever happened, but I was completely not kept in the know. The MLAs were not in touch with me, so there's a complete denial which came in from Ashok Gehlot. That's also one of the main reasons why it's going to be very difficult for the Congress party to pin him down and also possibly take any action against him. What we are now learning is that any time now the report is going to be submitted to Mrs. Gandhi, and based on that, disciplinary action is likely to be taken against 3 of the MLAs. Mahesh Joshi certainly happens to be one of them. Shanti Dhariwal is also one of those MLAs who did not turn up at the CLP meeting and has also been making statements against Sachin Pilot in defense of Ashok Gehlot. That's as far as the situation goes. In the midst of all this, Sachin Pilot, of course, is coming to a national capital. But here we have been told very, very clearly no meeting has been scheduled either with Pilot or with Ashok Gehlot as of now. They are waiting till the last day of the nomination to be filed, which is on 30th of September.
Pallavi, I'll just request you to stay on with us. Let's bring in our colleague Akash, who's been tracking all these developments for us as well. Akash is joining us from Jaipur, from outside Sachin Pilot's residence. So Akash, 2 things that I want to understand. As Pallavi was saying, we're expecting Sachin Pilot to move to the national capital. When are we expecting that? And more importantly, what are you hearing from the Sachin Pilot camp? A lot has been said as far as this one man, 2 position, one man, 1 position. So is the Sachin Pilot camp now building a lot of pressure on Ashok Gehlot, if at all he does file his nomination for the president of the party?
So, Ridhima, before he left his house, he had a short meeting with some of the MLAs. This is what we are learning, and he has left for Delhi. In fact, in the morning when we spoke to one of the MLAs who is very close to Sachin Pilot, so he told us that Sachin Pilot was actually seeking time from party high command, and now it is assumed that he has got some time, and that's the reason why he has moved to Delhi. Also talking about the developments, because you see on one hand we have these continuous development in the national capital, and on the other hand we have the situation in Jaipur where we have 2 camps. One camp is of course the Gehlot camp and the other one is Pilot camp, and Gehlot camp is somewhere maintaining the same line that they just don't want to accept anyone other than these 102 MLAs as their next chief minister. Also, they are not very much worried about the kind of development where we are learning that some disciplinary action might be taken against all those who were a part of it, or at least 3 of those who were a part of whatever happened day before yesterday. Talking about Sachin Pilot, so yes, we have a sort of confirmation that he was seeking time, but still we haven't got any sort of clarity as to whom he is going to meet, as to from whom he has got this time. Also, he left at around 2. And, we are learning that before that he had a meeting, and in that meeting at least 10 MLAs were present, and these MLAs are very much from the Sachin Pilot's camp. And, till now he was all mum, and, he did not come out in public and say anything. But okay, yes, he has given some sort of assurance that in case he'll be given some sort of responsibility, then he'll be able to get the support of all the MLAs here in Rajasthan. So it's a wait and watch kind of situation for us as well, and we are waiting that in some time from now he'll be reaching in Delhi, and then we'll get to know as to what is going to happen now.
Okay, Akash and Pallavi, I'll request both of you to just stay on with us. Let's listen into some other political reactions. We'll continue this conversation.
I think discipline to be maintained in the party is of utmost importance. I think discipline to be maintained in the party is of utmost importance.
ऐसा है कि मिलना हमारा फर्ज है, हमारा अधिकार है, और पार्टी में मिलना होता है, ऐसी बात थोड़ी है। 1 से 2 विधायक या अन्य विधायक तो विधायक है, पार्टी में सभी विधायक है, पार्टी के ही। जनता तो सारी समझ रही है कि पार्टी आला कमान जो फैसला ले वो जल्दी से जल्दी ले, जिससे कि पार्टी बनी रहे, यथावत बनी रहे। आगामी चुनाव नजदीक है, कैंप के इससे क्या है, पार्टी एक ही है, कैंप का तो कभी कोई नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है। ऊपर से हाई कमान जो फैसला लेगी उसमें सभी माने।
तो एक तरफ भारत जोड़ो यात्रा और दूसरी तरफ पलायन की के पराक्रम। तो खुद कांग्रेस पार्टी अपनी ही चतुराई के चक्रव्यूह में बुरी तरह से फंस गई, जो कि खुद अपने पार्टी और अपने परिवार को नहीं संभाल पा रहे हैं। वो देश मांग रहे हैं कि हमें देश जो है वो हमारे हवाले कर दो। बिना नीति और नेतृत्व के जो है वो आज गठबंधन का झंडा लेके कुछ लोग घूम रहे हैं। हर पार्टी में 1, 2, 3, 4 तो प्रधानमंत्री के उम्मीदवार दिखाई पड़ रहे हैं।
Let me now continue the conversation with my colleagues. Pallavi, I want to come to you first, and I want to talk to you specifically as far as Ashok Gehlot and him possibly not being in the race as far as the party president is concerned. From being a close aide, a loyalist of the Gandhis, to the Gandhis not very keen on him filing the nomination. Isn't this a very clear example of a complete breakdown of trust between the parties?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, yesterday when that meeting took place between the observers and also Mr. K.C. Venugopal and Sonia Gandhi did tell them that it's very unfortunate and I don't even understand why we did it. I don't think many in the Congress party are ready to buy this argument by Mr. Ashok Gehlot that he was completely unaware of what the MLAs were doing. The CLP meeting was called by him. It was at his behest that meeting was to be held, and that's the reason why the observers flew down. And the only thing that was being planned was a one-line resolution which would have given power to the central leadership, that is to Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, to decide who's going to become the chief minister. So that's what the observers are saying, that how do we buy this argument that Mr. Gehlot was completely not in the know. The meeting was supposed to be at his residence. No one turned up. The MLAs go to the house of Mr. Dhaliwal. Over there they go to CP Joshi's residence, who happens to be the speaker, to give in their resignation papers. So this is all very clearly pre-planned. Obviously it's a matter of trust now. The Gandhis would have lost their trust in Mr. Ashok Gehlot. It also exposes, I think, another important fact, that the claim of the Gandhis that it was going to be a neutral election where they are not going to have any favourites, that claim has also now been busted. Very clearly they would have preferred a Gehlot who they trusted to become the president. Now the search is on for someone else who can also be trusted. Incidentally, I can confirm this, that today Mr. Pawan Bansal, who happens to be the treasurer of the party, has also picked up a nomination form. No clarity whether it is for himself or it is on behalf of any other candidate.
So the million-dollar question is, it'll be Shashi Tharoor versus whom? We still don't know. Pallavi and Akash, thanks a lot for getting us all those details. We'll keep tracking those developments.